I think as human beings, the uncomfortable truth is that a lot of us have absolutely no idea what we're doing. We're just great at pretending. To the ones who seem like they have it all down and they know exactly what they're doing, congratulations. But I'll be the first to admit that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. All I know is that with life, there's a lot of heavy things, a lot of heavy feelings, a lot of heavy emotions, a lot of weight and baggage that the human has to carry. Or maybe they don't have to. Maybe there's ways to let go. But to let go, you need to go through all the things that you've been carrying. I know in life everyone has their own journey and everyone walks their own steps and their own path. And sometimes the path is lit up and sometimes the path is dark and cold and uncomfortable and uneasy. But no matter where you are, no matter what situation you're in, no matter what you're facing, you have to deal with it and you have to get through it and you have to have faith that it'll work out. I put my faith in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He saved me, He redeemed me, He filled me with love, He gave me a heart of flesh where once was stone. He's created me an entire new being. But with becoming new, the old version of you has to die. With death there's life, and with life there's death. I've had the opportunity to be blessed with a new life, but I still carry the weight and baggage of my old life and the sins I've committed, and the pain I've caused, and the hurt I've felt, and the wrongs that have been done, the lies that have been told, the hearts that have been broken, the tears that have been shed. There's a lot of heavy shit that we carry. And although I found salvation through Christ, I'm a human with a human mind and a human heart. And sometimes I have no idea what I'm doing, what I'm meant to be doing, what I'm supposed to be doing, where I'm supposed to be going, what I'm supposed to be saying or thinking or feeling. You know, and I try to analyze other people sometimes and figure out what they're doing or thinking or where they're supposed to be. And I think some people are just good at pretending like they know. Of course we know where we want to be, but maybe where we want to be is not where we're supposed to be. I just know the pain that we feel is nothing compared to the joy that will come when we learn to let go of it. But sometimes letting go is hard because that means giving up the version of you that was or would have been or could have been. Or I think sometimes it's hard to ground yourself in the reality when you spend so much time in your head reliving or envisioning or wishing things would have gone a certain way. Or as a man of faith, all I can do is trust that God's plan for me is greater than any plan I could have came up with my own. But sometimes things don't really make sense. Being a human being is weird. Being a human being learning to let go is even more weird. Because you have no reference point, really. You were born, you grow, you carry all this stuff and it just builds and builds and you just carry this massive weight on your shoulders, and eventually you can learn to slowly shed all that weight. But it doesn't mean you're not still connected emotionally, or I don't know. I'm just rambling. I'm trying to learn to let go. Sometimes letting go is difficult, especially when all you've known how to do is hold on. We're all at different stages in our life, and we're all on different journeys and adventures, and we all think differently and feel differently, and I guess that's the interesting and unique thing about being a human being. We all have different perspectives, and this one's just mine. I don't know. I'm just a dude rambling at my camera talking to nobody. Or the people on YouTube. If you see me on YouTube, drop it in the comments where you're from and where you're watching it from, and what kind of weight you're carrying and what you want to let go of and where you'd want to be. And also, do you follow God? Do you know Jesus Christ? I didn't. I'll get into that in another video, but I know God is real because He found me. Now I rely on Him. Even if I can't feel His presence, I know that He's guiding me. That's the important part about faith, is having faith, trusting something you can't see, but trusting in something you feel. I don't know. When God saved me and I started forging a relationship with Jesus, I learned to let go, but I still carry so much. You know, sometimes all you can do is pray and try to grow and move forward, but it doesn't mean that the growth is comfortable or filled with light all the time. But there can't be light without a little darkness. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.